Hello everyone, and welcome to our Lean channel. If you can identify this audio clip, please leave the composer's name and the piece title in the comments, and I will mail you my Lean ISO Management Systems ebook. This video discusses element 843 of the ISO 9001 standard, information for external providers. Stick around because in the end, I will show a very simple way to address this element in your management system. Meanwhile, let's explore the clause. The organization shall ensure the adequacy of requirements before communicating them to the external provider. And the organization shall communicate to external providers its requirements for a. the processes, products, and services to be provided. What it means is simple: you have to specify clearly to your supplier what you need. Once I audited a purchasing process. At some point, I noticed a cancelled PO and asked why. The purchasing manager explained that the PO was placed not for the latest revision of the assembly. The company had to scrap the parts at some $1,200 because they could not be reworked. The moral is that you have to know what you need, right? The following point B requires that the organization shall communicate to external providers its requirements for the approval of 1. products and services, 2. methods, processes, and equipment, and 3. the release of products and services. These elements are often documented in the contracts as a requirement for the supplier not to change the above points before the organization's approval. The organization shall communicate to external providers its requirements for C. competence, including any required qualification of personnel. This requirement is especially critical if you work in regulated industries. For example, if you contract out welding for gas and oil, marine, or construction, the welders are supposed to be certified to particular industry standards. The organization shall communicate to external providers its requirements for D. their interactions with the organization. One example that comes to mind is a supplier quality agreement. I work with a few companies where the customer requires weekly, monthly, or quarterly business reviews with a specified agenda. The organization shall communicate to external providers its requirements for E. control and monitoring of the external provider's performance to be applied by the organization. We discussed the methods of controlling and monitoring the supplier performance in previous videos. This element is also a good candidate for a clause in your supplier agreement. The last requirement F of this clause relates to verification or validation activities that the organization or its customer intends to perform at the provider's premises. These activities become unavoidable in heavy equipment, construction, and other industries. The organization shall clearly define that its employees or external inspectors shall have access to the supplier facilities for testing, verification, or validation activities. Let's summarize our discussion today. Document an agreement with your suppliers, including deliverables, products, or services. No unauthorized changes in supplier processes before your approval. Competence requirements for specified operations. Type, frequency, and agenda for interactions with the supplier. Control and monitoring processes related to supplier performance. And access to the supplier's facility for inspection. If you want to learn and discuss Lean techniques, join our new Lean ISO Management Systems group on LinkedIn. The link is below. This is all for today, folks. As always, check our free downloads. The supplier evaluation and monitoring process templates discussed in this video are available on our website's Academy page. Do not hesitate to contact me if you need assistance implementing your Lean supplier management process. Please subscribe, share, like, and comment on this video. Your support helps us promote our Lean QMS project.